So how did your mother pass away?
My mother had epilepsy. She was epileptic from when I was born. I think she said she got its first attack when she was doing standard 6. They were doing standard 6 that time. And then throughout, she has been epileptic. So I grew up knowing that my mother is sick because she will fall. So when she goes, wherever she goes, and then she collapses, let's say on the street or something, my grandmother will say, now I'm tired, go and fetch her. So you go there, but you are a small child, a boy child. So when you arrive there, you know people in the township, when a person has collapsed, they run and then they stand on the side. You have to go there and cover her dresses and then wait for her to wake up. And then she will wake up, and then even after waking up, you don't just take her. She's still disorientated. Then from there, you take her home. So having grown up like that, you don't get easily embarrassed by nonsensical things.
Take me back from the beginning, man. How was it being raised Ko Seshego, Zone 1?
Well, it was an ordinary life of every ordinary black person who grew up during our time. I was born to a third born. My grandmother had 9 kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they stayed in a 4-roomed house, 2-bedroom, and then we slept everywhere, depending on who came first to get a proper spot. So we slept in the kitchen, in the dining room, and in the bedrooms, and
it was normal.
And it was vibey, it was proper, it was nice, it's too loud. There's no a day where you'll say you are bored because you are in a permanent company. And there's something happening. But with us it was worse because there was no TV, there was no radio. So you had to go and watch TV from other people's houses. And then when you come back, you are dirty, you must go to the tap. And then clean up yourself. You see that thing of bathing at the tap. You just put a leg and then you bath and you think you bath properly. And the water didn't touch the back.
You missed the spot.
Yeah, you missed the spot. When you go back, they're like, hey, go back. That type of an arrangement. But it was chilled. We didn't know much, and therefore we didn't ask for much. We thought this is how it's supposed to be.
When you say, are you talking about your siblings or?
Yeah, I don't have siblings. I'm the only child.
Oh, okay.
So my cousins. Yes. So we enjoyed each other's company and grew up as brothers and sisters. So there was no vacuum, even if I'm the only child. But I never felt that I'm the only one because the presence of others meant I'm in a presence of my brothers and sisters.
And who was working in the household at that time?
My grandmother used to work. My mother used to work as a domestic worker as well. I think pretty much all of them worked as domestic workers. And then the firstborn was the only one who had a good job because she worked in different places, but the last one, when we were growing up, is Edgar's. She used to work at Edgar's. But she was married already and then having her own house and her own family. But she from time to time come and check us and drop something. But she can't afford. I mean, we also stayed with the mother of my grandmother, so the great-grandmother. She will just go to a shop and buy a bread and a king size of Coke and eat there. And then when you say to her, why are you eating at the shop? Hey, that woman has got too many children and grandchildren. I can't take it. Yes, if I go in there with this bread, I won't even feel it. So that's how bad the situation was.
Wow. And what were you guys eating at the time?
We're eating whatever is provided, but nothing is guaranteed. That's why the trick was to go and wait for our mothers at the bus stop, because when they come out of the bus, they've got some leftovers. So you open there and look for something nicer, because the rest of the other stuff must go there to be shared with everyone. But maybe she came back with some apple or banana, then you you attack it before you arrive there. Yeah.
And then didn't you ever go to your mom's work, like where she was working as a domestic?
I've never. The first time I came close to white people was in Parliament. I never did anything that included white people.
For real? All these years?
I didn't go to school with white people. I never played with white people. I never worked with them.
Yeah.
The proximity I have of working with white people is Parliament, because DA sits next to us.
That's funny.
So that's why when white people speak, I struggle to hear. Because I have to ask them, what are you saying? Because they speak differently. So.
And don't they make fun of you because your accent is not like fluent?
No,
when
but
you speak English.
They can make fun of me, but that's not my language. It's their language, because if they speak my language, they're also going to sound fun. Their accent is also not going to be the way our accent is when we speak our language. So why bother with someone's language?
When you say that, it reminds me of the press conference where you're calling that white guy, hey, don't be chacharache. Hey, man. I was like, hey, that's my nigga. That was legendary. So how did your mother pass away?
No, my mother had epilepsy. She was epileptic from when I was born. I think she said she got its first attack when she was doing standard 6. They were doing standard 6 that time. And then throughout, she has been epileptic. So I grew up knowing that my mother is sick because she will fall. So as we grow, it's me, it's my grandmother, then it's her, because people are now moving out into RDP houses, whatever. She too got an RDP house, but my grandmother wouldn't allow her to stay there because she said if she gets an attack alone, we'll have a problem.
Exactly.
So they stayed together. So when she goes, wherever she goes, and then she collapses, let's say on the street or something, my grandmother will say, now I'm tired, go and fetch her. So you go there, but you are a small child, a boy child. So when you arrive there, you know people in the township, when a person has collapsed, they run and then they stand on the side. You have to go there and cover her dresses and then wait for her to wake up. And then she will wake up, and then even after waking up, you don't just take her. She's still disorientated. Then from there, you take her home. So I grew up under that environment. So the small young boys, they will tease you with such things. Yeah, so then you will take her home. But the point I'm trying to make is that then you've got, because you are young boys, you tease each other and say all manner of things with an intention to embarrass. So having grown up like that, you don't get easily embarrassed by nonsensical things, because what happens is that when you grow up, your upbringing makes your character.
Shapes you.
And therefore, you don't easily get shaken by such things.
Which makes sense with you, because people say all sorts of things about you. But many say
many sort of things about me which they know nothing about.
So when your mother's falling like that, don't people think kibuloi? Because at that time, we don't know what epilepsy is.
All types of things will be said.
And it's a sheikh, buloi is prevalent there. All types of
things will be said. But when time goes, you realize that, and the more we get more exposure to information, you realize that some of the things are said to pass time. They are not meant for anything. People are bored. There's no electricity. There's no TV. We must just find something to say and do. And then you don't take such things to heart, because the same people who said Kebuloi and were now helping them. Some of them will build them houses.
Is it?
Because there's nothing personal. They don't know what they are doing, so God has forgiven them a long time ago.
So there you have it, guys. Our African leaders try to do their best, in their speeches, and try to make speeches that actually to show their efforts in trying to help manage the challenges which Africa is actually facing through and has been facing through since the colonial times. And so we here to really listen to these speeches and to share our thoughts in the comments. And so whatever it is you guys think about these speeches, please do share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and like and subscribe, because that's the way you support Kwazemi as a channel, an Afrocentric channel, where we try to understand deeper issues in African history and hopefully develop a collective intelligence on how we wish to build the Africa we want to see as people of Africa. See you in the next one.